Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to Melzworld Live. It is 5:05, and there are more people, hello, that have been in here that I've ever seen before in my entire life and existence. So, welcome to the Melzworld Live Rhyme Flow presents Total Eclipse listening party. I'm Ramel Otis, and I'm very excited to have everyone here. I'm really super excited to show you what, or at least play for you what I've created. And so we'll let a couple more people trickle in. It looks like let's see, the Bernstein. Who is that? Is that somebody I know? Can you remind me? Hello, welcome. And then I know it looks like our YouTube live has a good group of people in here right now. So yeah, we're gonna get started. So yeah. So what you're looking at right now is the Winamp music player. If you're familiar with Winamp, it's an old music application. And what I like about it is, I didn't 100% commit to Spotify and the streaming networks. I use it. I use Spotify. I use YouTube Music, but I have like thousands and thousands of MP3s that I've collected over the years. And so what I like about Winamp is I can drag songs in here. It has a visualization, so a lot of engineers built this kind of fun technology that allows you to play your music, and then the video optimizes and spectrums and sync with that music. So it's pretty cool. I like it. It's a good tech, and I will use it for the listening party. I know, right? We're old. Okay. So yeah, let's just dive right into the introductions. Give people a little bit more time to get in. If you just use Twitch, you just get right in. Otherwise, if you get into YouTube Live, there might be some obstacles that you have to go through. I know my wife mentioned age verification, some odd stuff like that. But yeah, we'll just get it started. We'll go right into the introduction. That way, by the time most people get in, we can just go right into the music. So let's start off with the introduction. Where's my, of course, there we go. Okay, great. So if we haven't talked in a while, this was a great opportunity to reach out to people, have them come here, check out the fun thing that I've been doing, and then catch up later. Reach out, message, email, whatever, and let's reconnect. I think having relationships, having good friendships, having just good connections is incredibly valuable. And if I've sent you this information, it's because I kind of miss speaking with you, and I can't wait for us to connect again. But yes, I still live in San Diego. I still live in Mira Mesa. My wife is Lisa. She's listening on the stream right now. I have a 7-year-old son named Roman. And yeah, like I said, I'm really glad that you're here, and I hope that you enjoy this entire experience, because this was a lot of work and a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to play it out. So okay, let's see here. If you didn't know, you probably didn't know that, but 2012 I started a career on the side as a hip-hop musician. I've had like 30 years of writing experience, prose, poetry, and I generally enjoy writing hip-hop and lyrics. And there was a time in 2012 through 2017 that I was writing and performing and going to shows, and really living that hip-hop lifestyle, but kind of the diet version, where it's not nearly as dangerous or bad. But my weekends were me flying to places to perform, and then my weekdays were going back to work. So it was a I kept my day job. And now I also do content creation, and I'm definitely going to go into explaining what that is later. But really, you're here for the music, and I totally respect that. So we're going to go ahead and continue on. All right, so what do I have here? Okay, so how did this project come to be? Because I'm a content creator, I need music. And I make sure that I have music in the background of my videos. It obviously fills the dead space. It creates the emotions, and it creates the energy that you want to listen to while you're watching the video. And just to look under the hood, I would spend time looking for royalty-free music, and then you have to kind of jump through some hoops to give attribution to the people that made it, or you buy it, or you sign up for a monthly music subscription where you can utilize all of those background songs, and so it's definitely good. But I found out over time that there's an AI software called SUNO AI. And if you've never heard of it, I highly recommend you use it. There's a free tier where it allows you to type in the song style that you like, right? The R&B or pop or metal. And then type in stuff like, 120 BPM. I want to hear synths. I want to hear piano. I want to hear electric guitar. And you have about 200 characters to write a prompt. And then it makes a song for you. A song could be 2 minutes. It could be 4 minutes. But it's pretty cool, like especially for something like background music. It's incredibly easy to use. It's very, very just user friendly. So Suno is the backbone of what I use to create this music. And so one of the first questions you might have is, well, what part of this is yours, right? If you go to these AI movie generators, you type in, I want to see a cinematic drone shot of the beach, it's going to give you a drone shot of the beach. You didn't need a camera. You didn't need a drone. You didn't need an 8K. You didn't need a license. Just had a beach and a drone. And in a lot of ways, Suno is going to do that for you for music, right? So I wrote the lyrics for every track. I wrote 10 tracks and 4 remixes you're going to hear tonight. And then I worked on the prompt, which means I tried to figure out using either ChatGPT or just research online what constitutes the type of song I need. Rock genre, metal, or hip hop, and then you have to think about what kind of emotion you want to evoke, what kind of instrumentation you need. Do I want mandolins? Do I want synths? Do I want guitars? And so you craft that prompt on top of the lyrics, and then you create. If you've ever used any type of image generation software, or if you've used any type of video, you just keep generating and you determine whether or not that's good enough for you. And for some people, one generation, you're done. One image and you're good to go. But sometimes you have such a vision that you just keep generating it over and over again until you find that perfect text or that perfect picture or that perfect movie snippet. And Suno is very similar to that. I generated dozens and dozens of iterations of songs until I found what I thought was great. What I thought was fun, what I thought I could put up online. So, whoever 619WRX is really, is that Dennis? That looks like Dennis. Well, I hope you enjoy it, Dennis, because like I said, what the challenge here isn't for you to, I mean, I obviously enjoy the music, but I challenge everybody to expand the type of music that they listen to, right? If you just love pop, or if you just love rock, I want you to think, does this song, oh good, I nailed it. Does this song sound like something that you'd hear on the radio? Okay, that's really the key. If you've seen pictures with 6 fingers, if you've seen AI and the kind of that dead spaghetti eating face, that's what this experiment is. Can I use my lyrics, which are human crafted, and make music that sounds real? And what I love about that is, when you think about what music is, it's a little less naturalistic because you have to sing in a key, you have to have a structured rhythm, you have to use mastering, pitch correction, all these kind of things. So I think this fits perfectly for this medium. And I like I said, come in with an open mind. Whatever your style is, just listen to every song and go, hey, is this something I can actually hear on the radio, on Spotify, as a stream, as a real song? That's the key. All right, next thing. Let's see here. Okay, so long story, still long, is I was using the music for Suno for my background for my videos, and they gave me a tier of 10 song generations of their next tier up. And that tier allows me to write with better vocalists, more natural sounding instruments. And so for fun, I tried to write a Boyz II Men song. And if you're familiar with Boyz II Men and you understand lyrically what they do, you'll understand that there's no complexity in what they write, right? I'll make love to you. Like, close your eyes, make a wish, blow out the candlelight. On bended knee, right? Darling, I can't explain. Where do we lose our way? Very simplistic writing. So I thought, okay, what if I duplicate the structure of the Boys to Men song, you know, with a chorus, a pre-chorus, a verse, and then I'll write lyrics. And so that's kind of the first time I used the free credits, and I generated a song that frankly blew my mind. It's number 4. It's called Inspired, and you'll get there. But I shopped that out to my brother. I shopped that out to friends, and they all agreed that this was a remarkably realistic sounding song, and it was really inspiring. Eventually, I started just writing songs that were tropes of R&B and like love ballads, and the tropes are like, you know, the girl that gets away, the girl that you have a crazy night with and then she's gone in the morning, you know, finding out that the girl is cheating on you. I mean, there's all these elements. So I was able to write up to 5 songs, and then I was like, you know what, might as well go all the way and make a full album. And what I do differently than I would imagine most AI software users that use SUNO is I have access to music distribution. I can create a song and I can distribute it. So I created 14 tracks. We uploaded it online, and it's going to be out to all of the like streaming networks like Spotify, Google Music, Amazon, iTunes, and all that kind of stuff. And we just want to see how it's going to go. So, all right, let's keep going here. Okay, so yep, 5 songs. I did all the writing, structure coding, prompting for style, genre, instrumentals. SUNO AI does the singing, the melody, and the production. And I went through hundreds of songs to find these 14 songs. Lastly, is going to be the order that I play for you. The order of the song I discussed with AI, and we determined we were going to go by the theme of the writing. So it's going to start out as positive and high energy, and then it's going to go to kind of sad and I wouldn't say depressing, but it's pretty heavy emotional music. And so before we get started, the way that this is going to work is I'm going to intro the song. I'm going to play the song and do a full screen visualization. And I have for you all of the lyrics. So let me give you the link to all of the lyrics so you can follow along. So this should be a just easily shareable document. It should have all tracks on there. And I would love for you to just kind of be part of that process and listen in. So I got that to YouTube. Let me get this out to Twitch. Perfect. So you guys have access now to the document. That's going to give you all of the lyrics and the song orders, and you could follow along from there. And then when I play the song, I'm going to play it in its entirety. Feel free to type, think your thoughts, type what you like, what you don't like about each song. But I'm going to play the song in its entirety, and then we'll go back to this video mode where, I'm in the corner here because I don't want to be in the corner just bumping my head when I'm playing music. So I'll do a full screen visualization. And then, yeah, that'll be the way for the rest of the night. So, yeah, let's kind of get to it. So does anybody have any questions before we move forward? Anybody? Anything? Okay, it's silent, and silence is golden. So we'll go ahead and get started with the first track. And, yeah, let's start with the first track. So the name of the first track is called I Must Go. And I Must Go, Can't Sit Still was the last song that I wrote on this album. And it's about traveling. It's about, realizing that the world is much bigger and that you want to be part of it. And I wrote it as the last song because the rest of the songs were very heavy emotionally. So without further ado, I'm going to play I Must Go. I wrote the lyrics, I did the prompt, and AI did the music, the melody, the singing, the production. So without further ado, I Must Go.
Can't sit still, I must go, world's too small, I must know, let me go. This room is too small, my house minuscule, no windows to see, no courtyard, no pool. I tinker online, the monitor burns, it shows me a lie, my legs start to yearn. Music it taunts, these images haunt. My feet are restless, my mind's almost gone. I can be cured, I can feel right. Only one thing can fix me tonight. Can't sit still, I must go.
All right, that was I Must Go. Can't Sit Still. Let's. Anybody have any thoughts, any comments, anything they wanted to mention about the song? What do you guys think so far? Okay, silence is golden. I'll take it. But yeah, if you have any thoughts about Can't Sit Still, I Must Go, definitely type it in the chat. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, whether or not you liked it, whether or not it's... Oh, thanks, Dennis. I appreciate it. That's great. So once again, yeah, that was I Must Go. It was all about writing about travel and how you want to just get outside of your skin and leave the world and go out there into adventure and just, you know, feel that world around you. So okay, great. So let's move on to the next track. The next track is called Bad Influencer. Okay, and so this one is going to be a little bit of a nostalgic song. It's inspired a lot by Belle Biv DeVoe. It has a 90s boy band. It should have a 90s boy band feel. The idea was, if I could recapture, when I was making those Boyz II Men songs, can I recapture the feeling of a boy band from the 90s? So once again, if you're into that era, you remember, you know, those Color Me Bad, Boyz II Men, Jodeci, you know, that boy band sensation. That's what I'm hoping to hit with Bad Influencer. The concept is about a girl who is a bad influence. I mean, that's the trope of that person that gets you in trouble. You're willing to do crazy things because they're in your presence. So without further ado, let's dive right in and let's see if we can get Bad Influence going. Here we go.
I'm cool-headed and usually control. Never the type to ever sell my soul, but this girl's got a way to make me sway. Got me thinking it's the night when it's the day. Makes me wanna be bad when I hold her. Acting devilish knocks the angel off my shoulder. I was good, I swear, but now I'm in ruins, 'cause this girl is a bad influence. I am strong, but with her it's wrong. She's got a gravity and damn it's strong. Even though she got me bad, I really like it. I know I could, but I doubt I'd ever fight it. But bad influence, she making me a villain. Bad influence, I hate it but I'm willing. Usually I'm a really good person, but a bad influence is truly working. I all want it, but I need it, 'cause this angel is my demon. She's the bad influencer of my dreams. What she does, though I love it. When I'm with her, there's no rules, I'm above it. Straight-laced before, now crooked. Boy Scout, but now this witch got me wicked. Got me thinking how she turned me to a heel. But if I have her heart, I don't care how I feel. For a kiss, I will rob, I will steal. This girl is influencing me to make a bad deal. I'm strong-willed, but with her it's weak. She's got a pull on me and I cannot compete. It isn't right, but you don't see me complain. Every ounce of pleasure balances the pain. Bad influence, she making me a villain. Bad influence, I hate it but I'm willing. Usually I'm a really good person, but a bad influence is truly working. I don't want it, but I need it, 'cause this angel is my demon. She's the bad influencer of my dreams. Bad influence, she making me a villain. Bad influence, I hate it but I'm willing. Usually I'm a really good person, but a bad influence is truly working. I don't want it, but I need it, 'cause this angel is my demon. She's the bad influence influencer of my dreams.
All right, that is Bad Influencer. How's everyone going so far? Any thoughts? Any comments? All right. So if you are having any problems with the stream, also mention it. You can also go to the Twitch stream. If the YouTube is giving you problems, you can go to the YouTube stream. If the Twitch stream is giving you problems, both links are on there. But yeah, before we move on to the next one, anybody have any thoughts, concerns, questions? All right, I'll take it. Let's move on then. Okay, next track. Let's see here. The next track is called Money Ain't Time. And so the concept of the song is, it was the second to last song that I had written. And because of that, it needed to be another positive song, which is fine. A lot of the songs that I had wrote originally were emotionally heavy, dealing with, the kind of the evolution of a relationship. So I Must Go was one of the positive, uplifting travel songs. Money Ain't Time is another one of those songs that talk about how time is not money. I think there's the adage that time is money, and I kind of said I disagree. I think time is more valuable than money. So it's called Time Ain't Money, Money Ain't Time. So all right, here we go. Let's oh great. Oh yeah. Well, like I said, if you can get into the Twitch stream, that would be great. I know I put 2 different links on there, so you can pop into the other one. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that, Steve. That's good. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Shelly. I think that's Shelly. All right. So, okay, let's dive into Money Ain't Time. I personally think of the 14 tracks, this might be the weakest, but that doesn't mean it's a bad song. It just means I think that the other 13 are phenomenal and they're just so great. But Money Ain't Time, I thought fit a perfect niche. And that was what's important is, like, yeah, it can't be on the same album because the point is these are all different songs. Awesome. Cool. But yeah, these are songs that are different genres, and that's the point. The point is, can I use my lyrics and hit different genres? Yeah, these don't belong on the same album. So anyways, we'll go ahead and get started with Money Ain't Time. And I love all the comments. This is great. I'm so excited. And like I said, pop into the different chats. If you're having a hard time with YouTube, go to the Twitch stream and vice versa and see if those will get better for you. All right. Here we go. Let's do the next one. Pop this in.
I know being broke is a bad gig. No money isn't funny and a job is demanding, and life has necessities. Gotta eat, sleep, minor luxuries got the best of me, but that is where the money ends. Beyond currency is currently your family and friends, and for them you should be generous with time, cause spending it with those that you love is divine. I ain't saying you should go broke, but there's a value knowing old folks. So make enough to keep your life whole, but invest in time to grow a fine soul. Give me all the money in the world, give me all the fame, give me all the girls, give me every gold chain, Bugatti and crypto. It will never be enough for seeing you grin low, cause money ain't time, ain't nothing. Give me more time for the people that I'm loving, savoring the moments of the day I'm treasuring. Money buys things, but time buys memories. Yes, Cash is king is the saying, but passion is the thing that'll brighten your day. If you shed material goods, I promise you would enjoy the little things in life like a stroll in the woods. Money isn't everything, time is, and you can't bank every minute of your life by design. It's better to be used with the ones you appreciate. Each and every day, soak it in, let it marinate. I'm not trying to tell you to be poor, just saying that there's wealth in relationships and being adored. So make enough to keep your life whole, but invest in time to grow a fine soul. Give me all the money in the world, give me all the fame, give me all the girls, give me every gold chain, Bugatti and crypto. It would never be enough for seeing you grin though, cause money ain't time, ain't nothing. Give me more time for the people that I'm loving, savoring the moments of the day I'm treasuring. Money buys things, but time buys memories. Time heals, time flies, time passes, and if you have time, then you better make it last. Time lies, time out, time's up when you run out of time. All the money's not enough. Give me all the money in the world, give me all the fame, give me all the girls, give me every gold chain, Bugatti and crypto. It would never be enough for seeing you grin though, cause money ain't time, ain't nothing. Give me more time for the people that I'm loving, savoring the moments of the day I'm treasuring. Money buys things, but time buys memories.
All right, that was Money Ain't Time. All right, and once again, let's answer some questions that people were asking in the middle of the song, and that way we can kind of discuss it. So for Melissa, hi Melissa, how did you choose your vocalist? What's your thought process on your vocalist selection? That's really interesting because if you don't say anything, it will pick just any random vocalist they think fits the song. It is a little biased. If you kind of make gentle feminine lyrics, it's going to be a female voice. If you tend to be a little bit more aggressive in the lyrics, it tends to pick a male voice. But you can say male or female sounding voice. You can say the kind of energy if you want it like sad or happy. So yeah, the key for these type of songs are to just generate as many of them as you can, and then just listen. And listen through what I would say dozens and dozens and dozens of hours of songs until I think, okay, you know what? I like the melody. I like the way they handled these words. I like where they paused. I like where they kind of put the emphasis. And what's cool about what I was doing, the software that I was using, is you can add things like exclamation marks. You can put parentheses that if you say parentheses, you're having somebody else sing it. So if money ain't a thing, and then you put in parentheses, heck yeah, then that'll be a different vocal. And so you can kind of code the software by putting commas, all caps, exclamation marks. It really tries to interpret your writing to give you that kind of vocal thought. And it's really cool because once again, sometimes it's absolute trash. You hear it and you go, that is terrible, and I never want to do that again. But sometimes it's perfect, and sometimes I just play the song over and over again. So anyways, that's Money Ain't Time. And yeah, of course, anybody has any questions or comments about Money Ain't Time before we move to the next song, go ahead and put it in chat, and I'll see it, and we'll address it either before the song or after. Okay, so let's go to the next track. The next track is called, this is it right here. This is the song. So a couple of you may have heard this one already. This is the song that I was trying to replicate Boyz II Men, and I didn't. It doesn't sound anything like Boyz II Men, but it sounds like a song that I thought you could hear on the radio. So the song is called Inspired, and it's built on the structure of what a Boyz II Men ballad sounds like. But what I like is I tried to write a song about somebody who was inspired by someone that they love, and then that person gave them, allowed them to see color, allowed them to make art, allowed them to carve a statue or make clay, and so this song once again was kind of the catalyst for me to think that this is possible. And so yeah, here's Inspired. This is the song I can say I sing all the time, and I absolutely love it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So here is Inspired.
I was lost without a muse. No direction, so confused. But your glance launched 1,000 ships, and I wrote a novel on the softness of your lips. Many days lost without you, and my canvas was erased. Now a masterpiece inspired by your face. You've unlocked the art within me with your warm and loving glance. 'Cause of you, I'm an artist in your hands. Help me make something new. I see it all when I see you. 'Cause your touch gives me wings. I can make anything. You're the pain in my heart and the ember to my fire. You're the one, you're the only you inspire. From the darkness of alone, from the depths you bring me higher. You're the sun, you're the moon, you inspire. You're my muse, you're my truth. I am nothing without you. You're the one, you're the only you inspire. Every day was empty, every painting bare, every stone uncut. The clay was shapeless everywhere. But the moment you came through, a million colors came to view. And it's you who gave this blind man sight. And we make sweet art together every night. Help me make something strong. You're the music to my song. You're the ink when I write. I'm inspired tonight. You're the pain in my heart and the ember to my fire. You're the one, you're the only you inspire. From the darkness of alone, from the depths you bring me higher. You're the sun, you're the moon, you inspire. You're my muse, you're my truth. I am nothing without you. You're the one, you're the only you inspire. You're the pain in my heart and the ember to my fire. You're the one, you're the only you inspire. From the darkness of alone, from the depths you bring me higher. You're the sun, you're the moon, you inspire. You're my muse, you're my truth. I am nothing without you. You're the one, you're the only you inspire. You inspire. I'm a painting in my heart and the ember to my fire. You're the one, you're the only you inspire. You're the pain in my heart and the ember to my fire. You're the one, you're the only you inspire. From the darkness of alone, from the depths you bring me higher. You're the sun, you're the moon, you inspire. You're my muse, you're my truth. I am nothing without you. You're the one, you're the only you inspire.
All right. Well, I do see that YouTube stream just trying its best. It really is. I do see it. I got a little yellow error saying it is not receiving enough video. So I do know if you are jumping over to the Twitch stream, and I'm hoping that helps and sounds better. But I hope you enjoyed the Inspire song. It's an earworm and it gets me pumped. I just love how natural it sounds and just that it's a groovy song. And it has that R&B feel to it. So I hope you enjoy it. And now's the time to ask any questions or any comments on there. But once again, that was the song that made me go, maybe I can pull this off, right? Maybe we can have an experiment where this sounds really legitimate and sounds like a real song. So, okay. So we'll let a little bit of time pass. If there's any questions that you have so far, I hope you're following along with the lyrics. Those are. It's important that that's definitely the driving engine to these songs. And if you have any questions on the lyrics, have any questions on the songs, please definitely keep chatting. I do appreciate the interaction. But yeah, otherwise, let's move on to the next song. Okay. Oh, and let's see here. I think McQuillan 19126 said, "I like the transition from singing to spoken." I'm assuming he's talking about Money Ain't Time, where it goes from singing to rap. And yeah, you can code that. You can say, okay, this is where the rapper comes in. Or sometimes the AI takes it upon itself to assume. And it looks at the lyrics and it goes, okay, well, I think this is a rap lyric. So once again, sometimes it was just, it sang it and sometimes it rapped it. So it's cool to see the decisions it makes sometimes that you can then go, okay, you know what? I like your thought. Let's keep this version. All right, let's move on to the next track. Okay, the next track is okay. This is my favorite, one of my favorite tracks. I mean, they're all my children, right? I love all of them. But we're gonna move on from R&B for a second, and we're gonna do a song that I absolutely adore. And I've had all of the friends that I've had who've listened to it definitely call it one of their favorites. And it's called "Breath on the Moon." And this song is really fascinating because if you guys remember, Seal had a hit on the Batman soundtrack called "Kiss from a Rose." And I'm going to put the lyrics on "Kiss from a Rose" on the screen so you guys can kind of look at it real quick. Let's see if we can get the lyrics out. There we go. So, "Kiss from a Rose," real quick story, okay? Seal didn't like the song when he created it. He got this new music software. He had no idea how to use it. And so he basically spent all of the creation of "Kiss from a Rose" using this software he'd never used before. He incorporated elements of medieval chant or like medieval singing, like Renaissance fair. So you got ba ya 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 ya, and then he added it. He did it in a waltz rhythm. So when you think of pop from that time period, it has elements of Renaissance fair music, medieval chanting. It has waltz, and there's no way this song is a pop song. And here it is, right here. It's one of the was the best song of the year. It kind of has a absolute like permanent status as one of the like a great song. If you ever haven't listened from Kiss from a Rose in a while, so I thought, knowing and understanding large language models, AI, there's no way it could replicate this kind of song. It was trained on hundreds of hours of pop music, and pop music tends to be formulaic, and there's nothing formulaic about "Kiss from a Rose." It just has completely different energy, completely different understanding, and so I tried. I worked really hard. I worked with ChatGPT. We tried to make the perfect prompt for "Kiss from a Rose." And then on top of that, I tried to copy the structure of the song. So where it says ba ya 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 ya, I put la 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 la. Like you'll see it in the lyrics that I will. It's almost line by line where I go. I try to capture the same structural elements of "Kiss from a Rose." So I left these up here so that you can kind of bounce back and forth between the version of the lyrics I wrote for "Breath on the Moon" with "Kiss from a Rose," and you'll see that they're very similar. Because once again, I was like, can I replicate what "Kiss from a Rose" sounds like? And the answer is absolutely not. It was hot garbage trash. The versions that were generated for "Breath on the Moon" were absolutely abysmal. They sounded like Gregorian chant sometimes. Sometimes it was bad Renaissance fair music, but all the time it was never good. And that was hilarious to me because we tried dozens of generations, and ultimately nothing came through. So I was like, okay, we have these lyrics now, and I obviously spent time building these lyrics. Where does this fit stylistically? And the answer was clearly rock. It's a rock song. And so we tried several generations of rock song, and it's a wonderful, wonderful anthem. And I play this song in my car as loud as possible in my office, and I bang my head and I really get into it, and it's a fun track. So without further ado, what was born from Kiss from a Rose is Breath on the Moon, and yeah, I'm excited. So let's dive in to Breath on the Moon. All right, here we go.
In the center of the sky, in the darkness of night, you shone upon me like the rays of the fullest moon's light. Intoxication in my brain, our escapades of delight. But when the sun comes around, my soul starts to drown. The echoes of pain make a sound. Every day I suffocate without your embrace. Yeah. The vertigo, the hurt I know escapes. They cannot end too soon. My lungs need more room. I need you like breath on the moon. La 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 da da la da da. You keep your thoughts like hide and seek. I'm breathless, don't speak. I'm on the edge, the chasm, the peak. Every ounce of oxygen, I'm lost again. Our energy is on and off again. When the sun comes around, my soul starts to drown. The echoes of pain make a sound. Every day I suffocate without your embrace. Yeah. The vertigo, the hurt I know escapes. They cannot end too soon. My lungs need more room. I need you like breath on the moon. You are my life-giving breath on the moon. You are my life-giving breath on the moon. You're my life-giving breath on the moon. You are my life-giving breath on the moon. You keep your thoughts like hide and seek. I'm breathless, don't speak. I'm on the edge, the chasm, the peak. Every ounce of oxygen, I'm lost again. Our energy is on and off again. When the sun comes around, my soul starts to drown. The echoes of pain make a sound. My lungs need more room. I need you like breath on the moon.
Yeah, I was dancing pretty hard, so it's a good thing that you guys didn't see that. That was Breath on the Moon, and it's an absolute joy to listen to and to just go wild on. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Anybody have any thoughts? I know the YouTube stream is like easily a minute behind the Twitch stream, so you know, if you can get on the Twitch stream, go for it. Otherwise, did anybody have any thoughts about Breath on the Moon? All right. Well, like I said, keep those comments coming. Even though you may be behind, I'll see them all. So, yeah, right? It definitely felt like 2000s band music. Oh, but I think it's fun. I think it's a total headbanger. And you know what's really cool about music right now is that I think it's all coming back. Like all these different, yes, I agree 100%. It's all coming back. Like Roan Chapel and Bruno Mars and Dua Lipa and Ariana Grande. They're embracing the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. Right? Me too. I totally play this song all the time, and it's just such a fun banger. And it's, yeah, like I said, I love the fact that we're in a time frame where all of the music is fine now, all genres, all years, and so nothing feels better than the music that's coming out because it hits all nostalgia tracks. But yeah, Breath of the Moon is an absolute fun time. Yeah, thanks, Melissa. Yeah, the music is definitely that. The whole point is to change up every genre and to see if we can touch all of these different styles. So yeah, so I know, like I said, it's 5:52 right now. You guys are probably in the past listening to the stream. That's okay. Keep those comments coming because I see them live in my stream, and I definitely want to talk about it. So thanks for enjoying the variety of genres. Once again, I'm sorry if the stream is skipping on the YouTube. Definitely hop into Twitch. I think Twitch is just better for these kind of things. Okay, so let's move on. I hope you guys are having a fun time, and I hope you're following along with the lyrics. So let's go ahead and go to... Okay, this is a fun one. This song, the trope that I was asked to write about was... Or that I was asked to write, the trope that I discovered was... The idea that you meet somebody, you have this whirlwind, wonderful, amazing experience, and then they leave in the morning. You never see them, and you don't know why, but you loved the time that they were with you, but they're gone, and you don't have no idea. And so the song's called Evaporate, and what's really fascinating about Evaporate is that it's AI seemed to like the lyrics so much that every time we generated a version of it, it just kept getting better. And so I'm going to throw my wife under the bus. The version that I'm going to play for you is the version I consider the album version. And then it was remixed 3 more times. So each remix gets progressively, I think, more enjoyable for what they are. But this one has a hold on me. I really enjoyed this version. It's not... it's a good way to come off the rock track and then, just to continue with that kind of energy. I did write the lyrics for Evaporate are there. There is a rap section that won't be in this part of the song. It's only in one of the remixes, but I kept the rap lyrics in there for you to read when you get to that point. But for the most part, follow along with the lyrics. The audio, the singer gets a little low when he sings, but then once it picks up, is just a fun song. So let me go ahead and get started with this version of Evaporate.
I'm not mad and I know it happened. Your touch was plasma, your scent phantasma. Our night flash bright light like a Roman candle. Never planned that you'd abandon when I woke the morning after. I knew you were so right, but if only for one night. And just like the morning dew, you would leave upon first light. Were you real? Were you fake? Were you fiction in my brain? Were you mist inside my heart that would evaporate? Were you true or a lie? Just a love song in my mind? Were you something that I made that
traded in. Were you real? Were you fake? Were you fiction in my brain? Were you mist inside my heart that would evaporate? Were you true or a lie? Just a love song in my mind. Were you something that I made that would evaporate?
All right, that was Evaporate. And I'm looking at the YouTube stream right now, and literally it just started on that stream. So if you're hearing this, yeah, on the YouTube side, you're probably like a full song behind. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, Evaporate's such a great song. It's just full of passion, full of energy. I love the way it swells. It starts quiet. But yeah, it's such a cool song. And I just love the way that it decided upon that. Now here's where here's where it gets interesting. Lyrically, the next 3 songs are going to be the same. So the lyrics are identical, but my wife suggested that she didn't like that version. She didn't love that version. Let me be honest. So she said, you should try to make it as a K-pop song. And I said, well, why not, right? Let's give it a shot. So I took the exact same lyrics, but this time I told it to go in the direction of K-pop. So I wanted, kind of a girl group or a single girl, and I wanted to see if this could be a K-pop style song, and it generated several songs, and all of them are great. And it's great because I just love the way it took the lyrics that were intense and heavy, and it turned it into a pop song. And so we're going to start with the one that is the most K-pop-ish. It's high energy. It's got a rap in it. And then we're going to go with the other versions, which are some people's favorites who've been listening in. So, yeah. So remember, you have the lyrics still. It's the same guts. No, but we do have a country song, and that's coming. The country song is one of my favorites. So, but yeah. Eyes on the lyrics. Here's the K-pop with rap version of Evaporate.
I'm not a madman, I knew it happened. Your touch was plasma, your scent phantasmal. Our night flashed bright like a Roman candle. Never planned that you'd abandon when I woke the morning after. I knew you were so right, but if only for one night. And just like the morning dew, you will leave upon first light. Were you real? Were you fake? Were you fiction in my brain? Were you mist inside my heart that would evaporate? Were you true or a lie? Just a love song in my mind. Were you something that I made that would evaporate? Feeling the sheets, the empty space. There is no trace, no smell, no taste. Our time together was a warm embrace, but when I turn to find your face, there's no you in this place. You were too good to be true, so was I nothing to you? Like a breath in the cold air, in a moment you weren't there. Were you real? Were you fake? Were you fiction in my brain? Were you mist inside my heart that would evaporate? Were you true or a lie? Just a love song in my mind. Were you something that I made that would evaporate? I know we may never cross again, But the times I recall were the best ones of all, and I'd never trade it in.
Said I never traded in. Were you an illusion for fooling me? What you do to me, huh? You threw me for a loop, I'm a roof for truly duping me. Yesterday you moved me, today you left me woozy. Cause you left without a notice and leaving me like a floozy. But I'm admitting that little time I was smitten. I'm bitten by what could happen and pretty glad that it happened. But
If I ever see you strolling on the street, better run because I'm about to bring the heat. Were you real? Were you fake? Were you fiction in my brain? Were you mist inside my heart that would evaporate? Were you true or a lie? Just a love song in my mind? Were you something that I made that would evaporate?
All right, that was Evaporate. What do you guys think? Let's see here. Looks like I got some people saying that the link isn't taking them to the right place. Let me see if I can get them the link. So give me a second while I get them the link. What did you guys think of Evaporate? While I type this out really quick. Let me get this going here. Evaporate. Okay, sorry. I have some people that said that they clicked on the link and it brought them to yesterday's streamcast, and I feel bad if they can't get in because clearly I want everybody to enjoy getting in there. So I'm gonna just pop. We got into this thing. Let me grab this Twitch link. Does anybody have the Twitch link that they can post in chat so that I can send it to the people that can't get in? Let's see here. I guess that works. Copy. Let's see if I can put that in a... There we go. Let me just put the comment on here. Let's see. Okay, cool. I'm just going to put this on Twitch. I ain't got a YouTube. That's fine. Let me just give you a Twitch. Don't worry, I'll put in Twitch chat. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, awesome. Yeah, search the channel. That works. Yeah, I thought the link would be persistent, but once again, YouTube is it's a rough situation there. So, okay. We'll go ahead and move on. Some people are finding the chat and they're getting in, and that's great. And the good news is all of these songs will be available on Spotify. You can just listen to them and enjoy the music. You know, this is the behind the scenes and just kind of getting an understanding of what I did to get to this point to make it. And yeah, I hope you're able to just enjoy it and listen to it and ask your questions. And once again, you know me. If I sent you the message, you can reach out to me, and I'm happy to talk to you about the songs because, like I said, this for me it's just a passion project. I had a great time, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. So, let's move on. So this is the next version of Evaporate. We got 2 more versions of Evaporate, and yeah. So the where is it? Evaporate. Oh, the smooth remix and the love remix. Perfect. Okay. So the next one is another version of Evaporate, and we'll just dive right in and just let me know your thoughts about how you felt about the K-pop, how you felt about the original, and now here's the love remix. So here we go.
I'm not a madman, I knew it happened. Your touch was plasma, your scent phantasmal. Our night flashed bright like a Roman candle. Never planned that you'd abandon when I woke the morning after. I knew you were so right, but if only for one night. And just like the morning dew, you would leave upon first light. Were you real? Were you fake? Were you fiction in my brain? Were you mist inside my heart that would evaporate? Were
Okay, that was the second K-pop version of Evaporate. I call that the love version because it's just the one girl, and I really love the way that she emphasizes Evaporate. And yeah, it's one of my favorites of the Evaporate remixes. But the next one will be for the R&B heads. This one has just a nice groovier feeling to it, and so this last version, once again, K-pop. But yeah, I think if you liked Inspire, you're gonna like the R&B remix of Evaporate. This is let's see, we call it the Smooth remix. Is that right? Let's see if is that the one.
I'm not a man.
Here we go. This is the Smooth version.
I'm not a madman, I knew it happened. Your touch was plasma, you sent phantasmal. Our night flashed bright like a Roman candle. Never planned that you'd abandon when I woke the morning after. I knew you were so right, but if only for one night. And just like the morning dew, you will leave up on first light. Were you real? Were you fake? Were you fiction in my brain? Were you mist inside my heart that would evaporate? Were you true or a lie? Just a love song in my mind. Were you something that I made that would evaporate? Feeling the sheets, the empty space. There is no trace, no smell, no taste. Our time together was a warm embrace. But when I turn to find your face, there's no you in this place. You were too good to be true. So was I nothing to you? Like a breath in the cold air. In a moment you went there. Were you real? Were you fake? Were you fiction in my brain? Were you mist inside my heart that would evaporate? Were you true or a lie? Just a love song in my mind. Were you something that I made that would evaporate? I know we may never cross again, but the times I recall were the best ones of all, and I never traded in. So said I never traded in. Were you real? Were you fake? Were you fiction in my brain? Were you mist inside my heart that would evaporate? Were you true or a lie? Just a love song in my mind. Were you something that I made that would evaporate?
All right, that was the third remix, or yeah, the third remix of Evaporate, and just a cool version, the R&B version. Like I said, what I love about this process, and if you grew up when I was growing up, right in the '80s and '90s, you remember they would make songs, and then on that CD there would be the remix, and sometimes the remix was better, right? Sometimes the remix just was a way better version, but it's the same lyrics, same energy, different energy, but yeah, to hear Evaporate as this kind of like rock song, this kind of like serious like indie rock song, and then to hear it as a video game sounding K-pop song, and then to hear it as this kind of R&B groove in the sweet version, it's so I don't know, it's cool to see lyrically how the song has different flavors. It can have the same structure, the same engine, but ultimately it feels like a completely different experience. So all of those versions of Evaporate I enjoy. I think they're fantastic. Yeah, take a little breather right now. I know that the other stream is just lagging behind, but it's still moving. You know what? It looks like it's got an excellent stream position right now. So you know what? We can keep moving. Before I go on though, any thoughts about Evaporate? Anybody want to mention anything? What's their favorite? What was your favorite version of Evaporate? Did you like the rock version? Did you like the K-pop high energy version? Did you like the slow love version? Or did you like the R&B mix? Go ahead and drop it in the chat. And yeah, like I said, I wanted them to all feel differently, but all sound great and just have really good energy. And so yeah, would love to hear your thoughts on which version was your favorite. And then we can move on to the next songs. Oh, totally. Yeah, no, I agree. Actually, if that is Shelly, you can thank your husband. He was the one that listened to the versions of the K-pop versions of Evaporate and kept giving me different suggestions on how to update it until we landed on that kind of high energy rap version. Yeah. Well, you know what, Dennis, I can try that. I can try to make a pop country version with those lyrics. I have them, and so I would be happy to try it and send it to you. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next song. It's called Almost Spoke, and the concept of Almost Spoke is a guy and a girl, or a girl and a girl, or just two people who grew up with each other, and one fell in love with the other one but didn't have the courage to say it. And so they almost spoke, but then they didn't, and then they are together all the time. They're friends and all these wonderful things, but they never took the shot, and then they were too late. And so Almost Spoke came out. And Dennis, this is where your country song comes in. The versions that I was trying to generate, I wasn't kind of feeling it, wasn't connecting. And then I found a version which was this kind of indie girl voice, and it was so sweet and it was so endearing that I was like, this is great. This is it. But it isn't the best version of Almost Spoke. And I think Almost Spoke, the version that we did generate, was the strongest of the whole album. I'm not a country fan, or at least not a modern country fan, but the country version of Almost Spoke, which we'll play after, it's amazing. Like, it's just an amazing version. So without pumping it up too much, let's go with the indie version of Almost Spoke. Get on those lyrics, take a look and listen and read, and then follow along, and we'll go through Almost Spoke, and then yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Once again, if you're in the YouTube chat, you look like you're pretty far in the back, but still keep those chats coming. Otherwise, I put a link to the Twitch stream if you want to get up to the second and probably less lagginess. So without any other interruptions, let's do the soft remix of Almost Spoke.
I've known you since I can remember knowing the lovely girl next door, my college dream that I'd adore. We've been friends for just as long, from birthday songs and mowing lawns to camping trips that went so wrong. You know me so transparently, I kept your secrets, you my therapy. I've told you almost everything, but one small fact I've kept missing. I was hoping you would ask, I was wishing you would tell. I was too afraid myself of being the only one who fell. Always said what's on my mind, never once from in my heart. We could chat throughout the night, but one note I'd never start. I was always honest though, would've opened up my soul, but you never asked to know. Almost spoke, but now I'll go. Now you found someone to cherish you, a heart that you deserve. They hang on Our friendship stands apparent to the weekly coffee gossip and the monthly board games with no end. It's a bittersweet perfection when we laugh through venting sessions, 'cause the moments I adore them, but it's selfish to have more of them. Knowing now you'd never ask, knowing now I'd never tell, 'cause your happiness can last, since I'm the only one who fell. Always said what's on my mind, never once from in my heart. We could chat throughout the night, but one no, I'd never start. I was always honest though, would've opened up my soul, but you never asked to know. Almost spoke, but now I'll go. I know the truth would only make things wrong, so how show our friendship has to remain strong. Always said what's on my mind, never once from in my heart. We could chat throughout the night, but one no, I'd never start. I was always honest though, would've opened up my soul, but you never asked to know. Almost spoke, so now I'll go.
I'm not crying. You're crying. No, it's a sweet song. It really is. I love the voice that was decided for it, and I love just the kind of the sweetness of the song. And it's such a great song. And you go, God, this is such a good song. And I agree. I love it. Obviously, it's on the album. It's not the best one. that's the best part of Almost Spoke. This is a great song. The sweet indie voice, the girl voice, the whole sound, the piano is perfect. It's beautiful. It's not the best. The country version is the best. I mean, you could fight me on it. That's fine. If you prefer the girl version, that's okay. I love that version. It really hits in the heart. But the country version is so good. It really is. And this is for everyone here who is a country fan or who does enjoy country. I need to know if it sounds good, because this one really means a lot. I really enjoy it. And you have one opportunity when you release an album on DistroKid to appeal to Spotify editors. This is the song that I use to appeal. This is the country version of Almost Spoke. So before we move on, any thoughts? I know, like I said, I definitely appreciate Dennis, you chatting. I still don't know who the Burn STI is. Who is that? Is that Abe? Throw out your name at least so I know who you are. But otherwise, thanks again. And I think Shelly, thank you for everybody that's been part of this so far. We only have a handful of songs left. So you've been with me since we started. Follow me to the end and let's get these songs out, because they only get better. They're all fantastic tracks, and I'm so happy you guys enjoy it. I'm so happy you guys are feeling it the way that I'm feeling it. So this is the country version of Almost Spoke. And Brain, what's up? Okay, let's do it. Here we go. Here comes the country version of Almost Spoke.
I've known you since I can remember knowing the lovely girl next door, my college dream that I'd adore. We've been friends for just as long, from birthday songs and mooing lawns to camping trips that went so wrong. You know me so transparently, I kept your secrets, you my therapy. I've told you almost everything, but one small fact I've kept missing. I was hoping you would ask, I was wishing you would tell. I was too afraid myself of being the only one who fell. Always said what's on my mind, never once from in my heart. We could chat throughout the night, but one note I'd never start. I was always honest though, would have opened up my soul, but you never asked to know. Almost spoke, but now I'll go. Now you found someone to cherish you, a heart that you deserve. They hang on every word. Our friendship stands apparent too, the weekly coffee gossiping, the monthly board games with no end. It's a bittersweet perfection when we laugh through venting sessions, 'cause the moments I adore them, but it's selfish to have more of them. Knowing now you'd never ask, knowing now I'd never tell, 'cause your happiness can last, since I'm the only one who fell. Always said what's on my mind, never once from in my heart. We could chat throughout the night, but one note I'd never start. I was always honest though, would have opened up my soul, but you never asked to know. Almost spoke, but now I'll go. I know the truth would only make things wrong, so I'll show our friendship has to remain strong. Always said what's on my mind, never once from in my heart. We could chat throughout the night, but one note I never start. I was always honest though, would have opened up my soul, but you never asked to know. Almost spoke, so now I'll go.
That was the country version of Almost Spoke. So, yeah, let's hear your thoughts. What did you guys think of this version? What do you think, how does it compare to the first one? Do you like this one? Do you like the first one better? Definitely throw in the comments, because, yeah, this one, it's a tearjerker, and I really love the way it handled the country, and the guitar, and the way it swells. So yeah, just a great song, I think. But you guys are the listeners, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Right? Thank you, Dennis. I'm glad because, like I said, that just gets me right here. Okay. All right. Well, we are at the last 3 songs, and as you can tell, the songs thematically have been getting a little bit, like, the remixes aside, I Must Go is positive, like leaving and traveling. Bad Influencer is about, kind of this fun girl that makes you bad. Money Ain't Time is a celebration of life with time, and Inspired is a girl that inspires you, and Breath of the Moon is and then it slowly starts to turn. And what you'll notice is Almost Spoke is a sad song, right? It's about almost falling in love, almost having your chance, and not taking it, and then just saying, you know what, I'm just gonna let you be happy, and I will just stuff it down. So now we're turning into more of the sadder type of music. So the next song is called "That Wasn't Me," and the concept of "That Wasn't Me." So there's a song from the '90s by Jodeci called "Lately." If you're an R&B head from then, the song is about how it's actually based off of a Stevie Wonder song called "Lately," and the song is about how he discovers that he thinks that his girl's cheating, right? Lately, I had this feeling that you're wearing more makeup, you're going out more, you're telling me not to worry about where you're going, and he suspects that she's cheating. So I thought about a song that was kind of similar in that vein called "That Wasn't Me," and the concept is that this guy notices that this girl who he's with, he thinks that he's doing everything right, but he notices that she's way happier with that other person that she kind of hangs out with, and he starts to realize that she's happy, but that wasn't me. That's not the guy. I'm not that guy. So what I think is really interesting about this particular song is, of all the other songs, this one has the most modern feel, right? The Post Malone, Weekend. It has a kind of a falsetto, high-pitched singing, and the beat. Once again, this is another R&B banger. If you like Inspired, if you like the love version of, or if you like the R&B version of Evaporate, this one, once again, I think, and this is really important. If you listen to modern music, does this resonate as a modern song for you? That's the question to keep in mind, because I think This Wasn't Me is a perfect type of song like that. So here we go. We are going to go into That Wasn't Me.
I always thought I'd notice that it was obvious when it was hopeless. I asked you questions, bought you presents, made sure your smile was ever present. Thought the love we made was heaven, but I guess when it seemed perfect, nothing in love is ever certain. I could make you smile, we could drive for miles. Our friends and family thought we were something that we're not. What could I do better, if anything at all? Thought ours would last forever, until I saw that call. Thought that everything I gave you was enough, and we never fought while others had it rough. Really did believe when we're together it was always meant to be. But when I saw you happy with someone that wasn't me, I finally saw you happy with someone that wasn't me. You always were my light, didn't know I made it dark. Didn't see the little signs when I saw flames, you felt no spark. Thought our love wired like the ocean, but you're just going through the motions. When I thought our match was perfect, you weren't matched with my emotions. Thought everything was fine, thought you were always mine. Didn't ever take the time to notice someone else was on your mind. What could I do better, if anything at all? Thought ours would last forever, until I saw that call. Thought that everything I gave you was enough, and we never fought while others had it rough. Really did believe when we're together it was always meant to be. But when I saw you happy with someone that wasn't me, I finally saw you happy with someone that wasn't me. Everything I gave you would have never been enough, even until I saw that. I finally saw you happy with someone that wasn't me. Everything I gave you would've never been enough. Even if you would've stayed true, you would never be in love, 'cause you never were in love with me. Thought that everything I gave you was enough, and we never fought while others had it rough. Really did believe when we're together it was always meant to be. But when I saw you happy with someone that wasn't me, I finally saw you happy with someone that wasn't me. I know you're happy now, I can see it's meant to be, and I'm truly happy for you. You found love that wasn't me.
I know you look at the lyrics and you go, oh, you must be talking about the Shaggy song. It wasn't me. That's okay. That's what I thought too when I came up with the title. But I think lyrically, the idea that someone could recognize that the person that they were into wasn't into them, or was into something more, somebody more, was the heart of It Wasn't Me. What do you guys think about that one? Let me know your thoughts. I know we had a little bit of technical difficulties. For some reason it just stopped, but I hopefully got everything back on track. But yeah, we only got 2 more left. Any thoughts on That Wasn't Me? Anything you guys want to discuss? Is the marathon getting tiring at the end? I get it. It's a Friday night. You guys have a lot to do, and you could be anywhere. And I thank you guys so much for coming here. It's huge to have you guys here. I really do. Really happy to share this with you guys all. All right. Okay. Last 2 songs. So the next song is a fun one. It's not fun in the sense that it was fun to write. It's a very dark song. The song's titled The Dead Canary. Now, canary in the mine is an old adage. And thanks. I'm glad you liked it. But canary in the mine is an old adage. The concept of bringing a canary in a mine, in a cage, and the canary has a much simpler respiratory system than a human. And so if there's some kind of dangerous situation in the oxygen and whatnot, it'll kill the canary first. And that's where the canary in the mine comes in, is the idea that you bring a cage into the mine to make sure if it's safe or not. But the problem is, I don't know what people actually know nowadays. I don't know if people under the age of 30 know what canary in the mine is. So the first verse is literally me explaining what canary in the mine is. But the concept of canary in the mine, the concept of this song specifically, is when a relationship has died, right? When it's fizzled out, when there's no more love. That's the crux of canary in the mine. Is the love dead? And they think it is, right? And so this song, I think, is beautiful. It's unique. It's got a good energy to it. But once again, the concept is, I had to explain what a canary in the mine is before I even started it. But I think it was handled well. So please, if you have the lyrics, definitely follow along. But this one is a great song to just. It's sad, but it's also really poignant. Sometimes you don't know that the relationship is over. Sometimes you guys are going, just kind of going through the motions, is what was said in the other song, but it's for both parties, right? Okay, so here it comes, second to last song of the evening, The Dead Canary.
Have you ever heard of a canary in the mines? Was a little test to see if everything was fine. You would take that small bird deep inside a cave, and everything was good if that little bird remained. But if for some reason that small canary died, it would be too dangerous for you to go inside. I used to think our love was only broken in my head, but as I look around, I know that this canary's dead. We don't go on dates, hell, we never eat together. I thought that having someone else would make each other better. That was just a lie we believed to keep it going. Slowly over time, the divide was only growing. Late at night, I turn to see I'm sleeping with a stranger. This numbness killed the pain before we noticed any danger. Maybe when we started, there was something that was real, but even through the hurtful words, there's nothing that we feel. Add a million little things, it becomes a mountain. Adding the pressure turns a drip into a fountain. I thought this toxic atmosphere was only in my head. Looked inside the cage, this canary's dead. Call it toxic self-delusion, but the end was truly near. When the fights lost all the passion, and the sadness lost the tears. The arguments were quiet and empty. This lack of passion never ending. What we once had had turned into the faintest of an echo. The only way this works is if we both agree to let go. Maybe when we started there was something that was real, but even through the hurtful words there's nothing that we feel. Add a million little things, it becomes a mountain. Keep adding, the pressure turns a drip into a fountain. I thought this toxic atmosphere was only in my head. Looked inside the cage, this canary's dead. Habit kept us here together, obligation gave it weight. Had we never realized it, apathy could turn to hate. There's no fixing what was never broke, it simply ceased to be. As I come to realize what feeling nothing means to me. Add a million little things, it becomes a mountain. Keep adding, the pressure turns a drip into a fountain. I thought this toxic atmosphere was only in my head. Looked inside the cage, this canary's dead. I thought this toxic atmosphere was only in my head. Looked inside the cage, this canary's dead. This canary's dead.
That's a dead bird right there. So, thoughts about Dead Canary? What did you guys think? I mean, I'm just going to use This Moon Girl's quote twice. It's pretty sad. But did you enjoy it? That's the question. I liked it. I liked the unique sound of it. I liked the story. And I just love the way that it was constructed. So it definitely was a unique song that I think does have a really earwormy hook. You want to sing along, but you know that the song is pretty sad when it really comes down to it. So, but once again, you know, love to know your thoughts. Put it in chat, and we can move on to the last round. So, okay, this is the last song, and this is probably the saddest of the songs. I wrote this song on New Year's Eve, 30 minutes before the ball dropped, right? 30 minutes before midnight. Thank you. And sorry, it ends on a very sad note. I wrote the song on New Year's Eve because there's a song that I grew up with by Brian McKnight, R&B singer Brian McKnight. He did a song called Back at One. And if you remember the music video, Brian McKnight is singing while he's walking through an airplane crash. And you come to find out when you follow the whole music video, he's dead. He died on the plane. And the girlfriend or the wife, whoever, she's reading a letter and he's singing his, started back at one, like one, you like a dream come true. And it's like, oh, it's a great song when you bought it, the album, but you didn't realize that when they made the music video, it was a very sad twist. So I wanted to make a song like that. So I wrote a song about a guy who's waiting for a girl to meet him at midnight at a bar. And she doesn't show up. So when you first hear the song, you are under the impression that this girl just stood him up. But as the song progresses, you realize, yeah, right? You realize it's a darker story, right? So what's funny about this song is that it kind of sounds like Ed Sheeran. Once again, this system, the large language model, trains on hours and hours and hours of voices, and if this song kind of reminds you of Ed Sheeran, it did too. But I liked the way it was handled, and so yeah, this is the final song of the evening. After this, I'll send you all the links so that you have access to the songs and you can listen to it and enjoy it. Yeah, thanks again for coming along on this ride. I don't know if I'm going to do another one of these because it was just so much energy to make an album. I think now we let these songs live and fly and do their thing and grow and kind of go with them and see what happens. But I really appreciate all of you guys, friends, and I'm really happy you're here to be part of this listening party. So here comes the final track on Total Eclipse. It's called Till Midnight.
I was all alone an hour ago. Everyone had left the bar, I hoped that you would show. I was clean shaved, fresh cologne, flowers all arranged. Wore that tie you said you liked, my eyes glued to the stairs. By the time the ball had dropped, I noticed you weren't there. I could hope, I could wish, but you would never come. Left alone, I'm selfish, but now I know we're done. You weren't there at midnight, but you would never come. Left alone, I'm selfish, but now I know we're done. You weren't there at midnight when you said you would. You weren't there at midnight, stayed as long as I could. Roll into the new year, just a chance with you again. You weren't there at midnight, never knowing it would end. Every time I called you, it would always go to voice. Never even noticed that you didn't have a choice. If I waited longer, nothing would have changed. By the time the ball dropped, nothing was the same. I could hope, I could wish, but you could never come. Left alone, I'm selfish, knowing that you're gone. You weren't there at midnight when you said you'd be. You weren't there at midnight, waiting here with me. It reminds me of your fate. If I'd known what I know now, I never would have made our plans to meet outside our home. Then maybe you'd have stayed. If I could change the hands of time, My life I'd gladly trade. You weren't there at midnight. You weren't there at midnight. Stayed as long as I could. Roll into the new year, just a chance with you again. You weren't there at midnight, never knowing it would end.
And that is Till Midnight, the final song on the Total Eclipse AI generated album. Yeah, so any thoughts? What do you guys think of as the final song for the evening? The girl that he waited for, sadly, they were already together, and he had asked her to meet him, and she perished before. So every year he goes to the bar, and he remembers. Very sad. That's it. That is Total Eclipse. That is the. I'm sorry. Go back to the first songs. You'll be okay. No, it's good. You know what? Now is the time to think about all the tracks that we've gone through and to think which ones you enjoyed, which ones were your favorites, which ones you could imagine you hearing on the radio without even a second thought. Sorry for making you sad, but that's art. Just gets you. Okay, so now that we're at the end, here's the good news. All of these songs are on Spotify. All of these songs are live. All of these songs are on iTunes and YouTube Music. And I will send you the link right now to all of the songs. So you have access and you can enjoy Total Eclipse. So right now this is the Spotify, but if you go to YouTube Music, you can look up Rhymeflow Presents Total Eclipse, and it's all there. Add it to your wish list. Now here's what I want from everyone that's listening. I just want people to hear it. Right. Like, I want you to hear it. I want you to enjoy it. I want you to find your favorites. And I would love for you to just share. That's really what it comes down to. I want to do a little experiment. I want to see how these songs perform on Spotify, right? I have access to metrics. I have access to play counts and stream counts. And I want to see which of these songs can grow legs and run, or grow wings and fly. And that's really what I'd love for you, is to go, if you liked a song, if you thought these sounded natural, if you thought they sounded great, share the link to one of the Spotify songs that you enjoy, or share a song that you think they would like. They're a rock person, they're an R&B person, so, give them Inspired and give them That Wasn't Me. Or, if you think that The Dead Canary is just a great song, share it, because I want to see which one of these songs runs away and is unironically embraced, because I think they're all great, and I think I can listen to these songs all day. That's probably the best part about this process, is if you work at a bakery, sometimes you get sick of the food that you make because you keep making it. Because I got to enjoy these songs, I lyrically created them. It's kind of like being a screenplay writer, and then you get to see the movie at the end. You get to see the result, and hopefully they didn't butcher it too much. And it was awesome to see and listen to all these different versions. So that's my request to you, is you have the link to Spotify. Definitely find your songs that you like, find songs that you enjoy, share them, and I'd love to see those stats, and that's it. Really, that's all. The last note is, if you are interested in any of the other content I make, I will. Here's the link to the different, and it's on the lyric sheet at the bottom. But these are the 3 things that I'm doing. I just want to do a quick little, where is it? Quick little plug. There you go, a little plug here. So these are the Food Sleuths. It's my San Diego review of investigations of food across San Diego. Melzworld Odyssey is our travel vlog, where we right now are doing Route 66. And then Rhymeflow is where I do all of my hip hop. So what's interesting is, I do write hip hop, I perform rap, but this was such a great way for me to see where my lyrics go somewhere else. So anyways, thank you guys for coming. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. I know this was a chunk of your evening. I'll be on just for a little bit to answer questions and to make sure that the other stream catches up. But I'm here if there's anything you want to know, or if any questions about the process or anything about, just in general. Let me know. Yeah, definitely, Brian. I'm glad you enjoyed